Hi everyone, Alcor is pleased to welcome you all to today's masterclass titled Dex Blueprint for Modern Enterprises, the experience-first IT strategy for CIOs. In today's session, we'll unpack key strategies to elevate digital employee experience and enable experience-led IT operations. During the session, please feel free to drop your questions in the Q&A section. Our speakers will address them along the way, and any questions that can't be taken during the presentation will be answered at the end. Talking about Alcor, it was founded in 2008. Alcor is a global digital transformation services company serving Fortune 500 government agencies and other leading organizations in multiple industry verticals across US, Canada, Europe, Japan, and India. Alcor is an elite ServiceNow partner and advises leading businesses on cloud platforms, digital workflows, enterprise service management, HR solutions, and integrated risk management. For today's speaker lineup, we have Sunita Gudia, Senior Director, Product Manager at Alcor Solutions, joined by Isha Khakkar, Senior Product Manager, DEX ITSM at ServiceNow. And we have Vandana Desai, Principal Product Manager, DEX ITSM at ServiceNow. With that, I'll now turn the webinar over to Sunita.
Thank you, Neha. So let's start with what is DEX. So DEX is digital end user experience. So this module is purely based on how better we can give experience to employee when they are interacting with IT services. There are a number of problems employee faces while working in the IT environment, IT ecosystem, where a number of applications, server networks are there, where they have to interact with each other to be more productive within the business. So there comes the DEX. So it provides measurable metrics, analyze, improve employee experience. How it do it? So it starts with the proactive IT via AI-driven insights, and it has its own metrics to provide those, and it provides automation, it provides AI agents which automatically provides the remedial actions. In addition to that, it provides a good visibility of end user IT state, and which ends up with the elevated employee productivity within the business. Moving on. So we can say that DEX is not a single tool, it's a suite of capabilities. So let's talk about the key components of ServiceNow DEX. The very first and the thing comes in our mind when we talk about DEX is the proactive monitoring and auto remediation. So there are a number of automations which happens in the system, which provides a better experience to the employees. Then DEX has their own metrics where it checks the performance plus the user sentiments to provide the high scorings and the insights about the system and the production, how it goes. Next, we have desktop assistance, which is lightweight application probably provides a better notification where a health check can happen to the business application servers, which is running in the ecosystem. Then we have enriched surface test, which provides a lot of agents are there, which helps to provide that enriched surface test and already remediating the lot of issues which come across while working through that ecosystem. And in the end, I can say that proactive end user engagement, which helps to make it as a whole suite. Like just now, we talked about the key components. There are a number of benefits we achieve through ServiceNow DEX module. And few of the benefits I'm highlighting here. The first and very foremost is improve the employee productivity. And how it improves? It actually it detects the devices, any application crashing down, any login issues, any other issues. It just find out and it automatically fixes those things and then provides a better experience to the employee. Like I just now talked about, the identifies the so we are from the reactive approach, we are in the proactive approach with the ServiceNow DEX module. So it uses AI and telemetry data to pinpoint the root causes. So when we are into the proactive approach, so it means we are reducing the IT ticket. So before even any manual intervention or raising any ticket, it actually fixes those issues and provided automated solutions for it. In the end, yes, it provides a high employee satisfaction so that employee interacts with the IT services, IT businesses to provide a better business production. It automates remediation actions. It restarts cleanups. So those things, scripts are written over inside the system, which provides automation. And it also provides the metrics of the data-driven decision-making data so that leadership can take informed decisions about it. It also improves security and compliance while reducing the risk outdated or vulnerable components in the endpoints like the business applications running in the ecosystem. It lowers the operational cost by reducing the number of tickets, or maybe employees, they are interacting and finding out the issues and outages happen in the system. So we come across those things, and if the automation remediations are there inside the system through ServiceNow DEX, it reduces the operational cost to it. Now let's talk about the business impact. There are a number of areas which it actually touch upon. So first is end user computing. So where the AI-driven agent supports a lot. So we are moving from the reactive approach to the proactive approach. And whenever any application crashes down or we are about to touch that, there are scripts which runs automatically, or there are agents which run automatically to fix those things. For the employee, it's a better experience, smoother digital experience to the employee. So they removes the frustration employee go through while raising a ticket, moving one place to another place to find out the issues and provide a better protection. Management will get a higher visibility, and they can also get the DEX metrics, which is comprises of telemetry, which is part of user experience, performance, and user sentiments. In the end, yes, we are reducing the cost by using the ServiceNow DEX. If we talk about the capability of DEX, it automatically detects, resolve those issues. If you very commonly we see these 404 issues. And once the issue is there, it uses the agents, it's find out, fixes them automatically, delivers the measurable and employee experiences outcomes, and improves the employee productivity and the higher satisfaction. If I talk about the industries DEX is touching upon, there are various industries DEX is helping as on today as well. It's helping in the higher education, banking, financial services, IT services, healthcare and life sciences, government and public sector, manufacturing, pharma and research, retail and consumer goods. The number of industries are getting benefit out of it. Now I'll ask Vandana to take over and give you the experience, how it works.
Thank you, Vandana. Just sharing my screen. Hi, everyone. So today we will be taking a look at the ServiceNow Digital End User Experience demo. Whenever we do this digital end user experience demo, we cover the different personas and how the different personas within an organization can leverage the DEX capabilities today to complete their tasks, or how does DEX make their lives easier. So we will be looking at employee experience, service desk agents experience, your IT operations team, end user computing team experience, as well as your CIOs. What are the experiences that these different personas get? So let's get started. I'll start with what this looks like. So let's say Ken is an employee, his Zoom application is freezing. He has a meeting coming up and he does not have time to reach out to the help desk to get this resolved. In this situation with DEX, what happens is that without Ken reaching out to the help desk, he automatically gets a notification from DEX saying, "Hi, Ken, we notice you're experiencing an issue with your Zoom application. It's freezing. Would you like help?" So Dex is able to proactively detect this issue on Ken's device and reach out to Ken conversationally to help him through this issue so that he's able to get back to his meeting without any trouble. Here, Dex also lets Ken know that it would like to go ahead and clear the Zoom application cache to resolve the issue. With Ken's consent, what Dex does in the background is it goes ahead and executes clearing of the cache on Ken's device, which means at this point, actively the cache is being cleared so that the Zoom freeze issue which Ken is experiencing will get automatically resolved. And once the issue is resolved, Ken gets another notification saying the resolution for Zoom application freeze has been executed successfully. Would you like to mark this issue as resolved? So now with the issue having been resolved, Ken can go back to his Zoom. He checks and he sees everything is working fine, and he can get back to his meetings immediately. But let's take a look at also the scenario where for some reason this does not resolve the issue for Ken, right? In that case, we don't want to leave Ken hanging. So if Ken says, no, this did not resolve the issue for me, then what Dex does is it goes ahead and creates an incident which now gets enriched with all the information about what was the issue that was detected on Ken's device by Dex. What did the metrics look like? What was the conversation that happened with Ken? And then it goes ahead and puts all this information within the incident so that whichever service desk agent now picks up this incident, they will exactly be able to see what has happened. And then they can identify what else needs to be done so that they're able to resolve this issue much faster as compared to before, where Ken would have just said, hey, my Zoom application is freezing, and service desk agents would have had to do a remote desktop and then identify what exactly is wrong before they go ahead and resolve it. The experience that you're seeing here is the virtual agent experience that we have. This is our Now Assist virtual agent bot on the portal. But if you have virtual agent integration with MS Teams or Slack, then that works as well, which means even without Ken having to be on this portal, Dex will automatically send a push notification to Microsoft Teams or Slack and have the same conversation as what you're seeing here on the VA. This was the proactive experience, which means even without the employees actually reaching out to the help desk, Dex will be able to identify these issues and reach out to employees and help them resolve it. But you may not want to reach out to employees for every issue that they might be experiencing. You don't want to keep bombarding employees with a lot of notifications. In that case, we also have a self-service experience which employees can access and resolve the issues on their own. This is our desktop assistant client. This is an employee-facing client which enables employees quick access to IT resources. Here you can see they can do a device health check, they can do a network test. You can also provide quick links. You can provide any quick link which you think employees should have accessible. You can see if they click on Employee Center, it takes them to the Employee Center browser page, and similarly outages page. All the cards here are configurable, which means if you want to introduce something, you can do that as well. Let's look at what does device health check look like. What this component essentially does is it at real time, it fetches the health of Ken's device and it lets Ken know what exactly is happening on the device, what requires his attention, and what are some of the steps that he can take to resolve this issue. So if you look at device performance, he sees that his computer last restart is good, battery health is good, but the disk space is low, and maybe that's why he's not having a great experience with his device. So with a single click, he can go ahead and clean up the disk space, which means that issue can automatically resolve through the self-service channel without Ken having to create an incident, reach out to the help desk, etc. Once it's completed, Ken will know that there are no actions and he can see that the action was already performed. Again, here, we don't want to leave employees hanging. We don't want them to have to go to the portal every single time. So in case it doesn't get resolved, he can always say no and open an IT ticket right from here. But most of the times, the way we've built this out is if an issue is detected, then it's possible for employees to just come here, check what actions need to be taken, click on the action, and then go ahead and improve the performance of their device. Ken can also look at some of the device actions that he can take on his own. Here, there is a reinstall application, but you can surface any other, this is entirely configurable, so you can surface any other actions. Like if you think you want to encourage employees to perform a disk cleanup periodically, then that's an action that you can provide here, and you can tell employees before you reach out to the help desk, just try running this action, and usually it should resolve the issue for you. So this is our desktop assistant experience along with self-service. We also have access to the virtual agent from here as well, and employees can get quick access to what they're looking for from within this client. Now let's look at what does the service desk agent experience look like. So here we have Rachel. She's a service desk agent. She gets an incident that says, my Outlook application crashes as soon as I open it, and it's not responding even after killing the application multiple times. Normally, what would happen in this scenario is Rachel, as a service desk agent, will have to reach out to the employee. She may have to ask employee a lot of back and forth questions to understand when the issue started happening, what exactly happened, as well as do a remote desktop to sort of see what is happening and try a couple of actions on her own before she identifies what the issue is and goes ahead and resolves it. But with DEX powered by AI, Rachel can access this Now Assist panel. This is the AI-powered panel for service desk agents within our service operations workspace. In the interest of time, I have already put down the query to the LLM that helped me diagnose and resolve this incident using DEX. So this is our AI agent, which runs in the background. And here you can see the different steps that it follows. What happens here is that this AI agent contextualizes this issue, understands what exactly the employee is experiencing. Then it goes to the employee's device to look at what's the real-time health. It also looks at what did the health of the device look like 48 hours leading up to this incident creation. With all this information, it identifies the root cause. It then looks at past similar incidents, and then it looks at KB articles, along with all the remedial actions that DEX supports today, and comes up with the most probable, comprehensive, and accurate resolution plan that the service desk agent can take. Someone had asked a question, how accurate would AI-driven insights and recommendations be? Answering that as a part of this, that it's a combination of the health of the device, along with the data that you have, the quality of data on your instance. If you have good quality data for past similar incidents and KB articles, then the accuracy of these resolutions increase as well, because looking at this information, the AI agent can be more confident in terms of suggesting a resolution. But even in case that is not there, it still relies on the device health data, along with all the remedial actions that it has to come up with the most probable resolution plan. So here you can see, once all this is done, it comes up with a resolution plan. And there are different issues that it has identified and listed in priority order. The battery health is pretty poor. It's critical. So it's suggesting a battery replacement. It also has said that there are multiple issues on the device where the BSOD events were detected. There is a boot performance degradation. There were a lot of Outlook application crashes, which directly indicates what the employee has reported. So it goes ahead, says that a battery replacement is needed. Application-specific fixes, because that is what the employee has reported. It says that you can either reinstall the application or clear the application cache, and then reboot the system to go ahead and reduce the amount of resources that Outlook is consuming so that the issue can be resolved. And finally, it also suggests a disk cleanup for general system optimization so that the resource management is taken care of. And along with all these suggestions, it also provides key evidence as to why it is suggesting these actions to the service desk agents. And this becomes important because if service desk agents need to feel confident about what they're reading, that the AI agent is telling them, then they need to understand what are the different sources that the AI agent looked at, what's the data it looked at before it's come up with the recommended resolution. So it comes up with this resolution, and it also gives you a confidence score. So it has high confidence of 85%, and the service desk agent can go ahead and then start implementing these resolutions. Now, how do service desk agents do that? That's when they have access to this investigation tab, where they can look at the overall health of the device. They can already see what are some of the suggested actions that are there. So here you can see perform disk cleanup and replace battery is a suggested action. We can see that the AI agent has also recommended that. But to dig deeper with respect to the Outlook issue itself, they can scroll down to look at the device health checklist. This is an L1 checklist to help L1 service desk agents quickly see all the metrics that's relevant to them. The agent sees that the performance is poor, everything that the AI agent has told them. It then goes to Outlook and says Outlook crashes are there and Outlook performance is also really poor, which indicates again what the agent has said, and also they can correlate with the actions that's been suggested. To dig deeper, they can also look at the top processes that is being consumed on the device. You can look at it either at incident creation time, or there are different time periods to which the service desk agent can go to and do a detailed diagnosis. Everything is available to them within this service operations workspace and within the context of the incident itself. So without them having to leave the context of the incident, they can do a thorough analysis of what is happening on the employee device. And now that Rachel is confident looking at all the metrics, she can then access the action library from here. So here she sees that there are already true suggested actions. So she'll go ahead and perform this cleanup. And she also requests for a battery replacement for the employee. But in addition to that, she also wants to clear application cache. So she can go ahead and run this action where everything can be triggered from within the context of the incident again. So there is no remote action that's required to go in and trigger something from the employee device. There is a playbook experience that opens up here where the service desk agent can get the end user approval. Today, this is a manual step, but going forward, we will be automating it. Then they can put in what is the application that they want to clear the application cache for. They'll go ahead and say, close this application first, and then submit it. So once it's submitted, now they can see what are all the actions that's currently running on this particular device. They can also go to the history to see what are the different actions which were run before, which means the service desk agent has complete visibility into what actions they are performing right now. Were there any actions that was triggered in the recent time by somebody else or autonomously before? So based on that information, they will be able to better understand what's happening on the device and be more comprehensive in the way they go ahead and resolve this issue, which significantly reduces the time it takes them to act on these issues as compared to before. All right, so this is what I had to share from the employee experience as well as the service desk experience. I will hand it over to Isha now, who will be showing us what it looks like when we talk about the entire IT estate and how can we look at the experience of employees across your organization.
Thank you, Vandana. I'll now cover a few estate-wide use cases related to the workplace engineer and IT operator. I'll quickly share my screen. Let me know if you're able to see my screen.
It's visible, Isha. Yeah.
Thank you. Now we're going to look into the use cases related to workplace engineer and IT operator personas that empower IT teams to proactively identify and remediate issues before they disrupt the business. So let's talk about the first scenario, which is the proactive detection and remediation. So let's meet Kellen, who is a workplace engineer responsible for delivering a seamless digital experience across all the devices and applications. Application-related issues such as crashes and freezes frequently disrupt the employee's productivity. Without a holistic view to IT environments, Kellen and his team are often led in the dark, unable to proactively identify and solve widespread problems. So now ServiceNow DEX helps Kellen and his team to proactively detect such application issues using intelligent DEX alerts, identify root causes through powerful out-of-the-box performance dashboards, and remediate issues at scale using the bulk remediations. Let's see how all of this works together. So Kellen logs into the service operations workspace. This is the service operations workspace, and immediately observes that there are 5 active alerts. Clicking on these alerts, we see that there's one active critical alert related to Outlook crashes. In the alert summary, he can instantly see that the blast radius, the number of affected users, the affected devices. He can also see that the alert is tied to the Outlook configuration item. He would open this Outlook application. His first instinct would be to see what are the related records, what has changed, and then he clicks on the changed records to observe that there's a change request. There's a new Outlook version that was installed, that is 5.16.2, which was newly introduced. So this is his first major clue to investigate further. And to investigate further, he opens the application health. So now what you're seeing is a DEX application dashboard. This dashboard gives him a 360 degrees view of the application health, including all the related alerts and open incidents. He clicks on the performance tab. Now this immediately confirms his suspicion regarding the crashes. So there is quite number of crashes in the last 2 hours. He looks at 30 days of data and he sees there's a spike of crashes that happens on this Outlook application. And this is aligning with the timeline of what he's looking at in the alert. So now this kind of confirms that maybe there's a version incompatibility issue with the Office updates, which is a very common issue due to which these crashes have been occurring. Now he moves from the diagnosis to the action. He navigates back to the alerts and selects the remediation issue on device tab. He selects all these devices and searches for clear application cache. He runs this remedial action. He confirms the action and the remediation is sent to all the selected devices. And that is how ServiceNow DEX helps Kellen proactively identify, diagnose, and remediate a widespread application issue in minutes before it significantly affects users' productivity and floods the service desk with tickets. Now let's move to the next scenario, which is a bulk remediation via DEX Insight reports. So while this loads, I'll talk about what DEX Insights are. So DEX Insights tab. So DEX Insights is a feature within DEX application that provides all the details about estate-wide reports like battery health, compliance, system performance, and more. It enables you to track the user devices and take remedial actions. So IT teams often waste time switching between reports and workflows to resolve device issues. The DEX Insights page lets IT monitor the device health and estate-wide reports. So previously, acting on insights was slow and inefficient. With bulk remediations, team can now address problems directly within the insight reports, streamlining the resolutions. So we have a couple of reports here. For today's purpose, I'll be looking into file management. So let's meet Kellen. He's a DEX engineer doing his weekly review. The file management report is showing new torrents, and where there are 35 devices across the estate. And if this application is left alone, that's a security risk, and Kellen needs it gone fast. So he selects all these 35 device count. He selects the affected devices directly from the report. No export required, no pivot to another tool, everything from one report itself. So from here, he's able to also open the remedial action playbook experience that we have just seen earlier. And he selects delete file. He runs the action. And before running the action, it surfaces a pre-flight where there are 2 actions that are already in progress. So he's going to skip those actions and there is one offline device. So that's the action will not be executed on this device. And apart from that, all these other actions will be proceeded. Kellen enters all these details. And that's how the playbook kicks off instantly. He can monitor the overall status from the single card or drill into the per device status as well. Once the action is completed, in the history tab, it confirms all the 33 or 35 devices that were resolved. If anything had failed, he would also see all the failure reasons and retry with just one click. So in this manner, DEX has captured the remedial action execution table that is accessed from here. Now, this table provides a complete audit of all the actions run across all the devices within the organizations. Compliance teams love and also IT teams running endpoint action review. In this manner, Kellen was able to look at take this action directly from the report itself. Now let's proceed with another sort of review. I'll quickly shift to another demo for today. Let's say an employee raises a ticket saying their laptop is running slow or taking too much long time to start up. As an IT agent handling this, instead of manually digging through the logs or running diagnostics, I can simply open the device record in ServiceNow and navigate to the boot time tab. Here, Now Assist has already analyzed all the details for me. So I go to the boot time and click on Investigate. It tells me the total boot time, flags which specific phases are performing outside of the normal range. It basically takes into consideration all these key matrices, all the device events, pending system updates, and does a 360 degrees analysis on what is exactly going wrong. It provides us a summary. It provides all the key findings, issue classifications, primary issues, secondary issues, and all the different issues that are there. It also shows recommendations, if any. So in this manner, within seconds, we exactly know what is the problem is and where the focus should be, whether there's an issue with the driver issues or a logon delay or something in the startup sequence that is taking too long to update. So this is the power of DEX, proactive AI-driven insights at device level so that IT can move from more reactive to a more proactive approach, chasing situations and chasing target solutions. By the way, this is the device page, which is present over here. It is a comprehensive list of device and application telemetry leveraged by IT to diagnose and address various other issues. So what we just saw here was the boot time, but it also has various different details about memory, CPU, stability, BIOS, general information about the device. For the interest of time, I'm skipping all the tabs here, but we have all the high-level details about the device, system compliance. System compliance is configurable. So this is configured by the IT teams. What are the compliant applications in their organizations? What are the compliant policies in their organizations? And if any of these are not adherent, then all of these details are provided here. All the list of alerts and incidents that are there on this device. Security related details, battery details, file management that we just saw. So that was at estate level, and this here what we are seeing is at the file individual device level. So here it's showing that there are no monitored files that are suspicious is detected in this device. We have details about Windows registry. We have details about the running process, application performance, all the different charts here about memory usage, CPU usage. We see there is one constant application that is taking most memory and CPU. We have details about the web application, advanced app monitoring about the MCM, Zoom call quality, performance issues, battery issues, and also network related issues. So this device page kind of gives a holistic picture of exactly what is happening on the device in terms of device matrices, application matrices, and also the network related details. Now let's move on to the next scenario, that is the enriched incident resolution. Let's meet Ravi Kapoor. Just give me a second, hang on, I'm bringing up the instance. Right. So let's meet Ravi Kapoor, a service desk agent dedicated to resolving end user incidents quickly and efficiently. So Ravi logs into the service operations workspace and reviews his assigned incidents in the incident view. He spots a case from Emily, who has reported poor call quality for a Teams application. Ravi opens the incident and immediately reviews the description and impacted service available on the incident overview page. He navigates to the Teams application. Sorry for the delay, this is loading up. He looks into the view application health. To validate all the Emily's reports, Ravi will click on this to land to the application metrics section. So this is the application page of digital end user experience, where this is a blast radius of all the details that are present on the application at estate level, all the active alerts, active incidents, current impacted devices, and more. We have performance section where all the details about the performance of the application are provided, like the number of crashes, freezes, average CPU over time, memory, and more such matrices. For this scenario, Ravi clicks into call quality details and enters all the details about Emily. This will take a minute. Right. So Ravi examines all the call quality matrices such as poor calls, packet loss, jitters, call timelines. There are few spikes here in packet loss that are observed. There's few spikes in jitters that are observed as well. Now, what Ravi does is to continue this investigation. Now, he has gotten an idea about what are the call quality details happening at Emily's device. What are the total calls? What are the poor calls? And how does these details looks like? So his suspicion is something is going wrong, maybe with the network. But again, for him to confirm, he will have to go to the device page and then correlate the matrices on exactly what is happening on his device. So he goes back to the incident. He goes to the device. He clicks on View Device Health. He goes to the network experience section to confirm how was the network for Emily. The signal strength looks 90%, which is good enough. Receive rate, transmit rate. To confirm the receive and transmit rate, he clicks on the Wi-Fi details. The transmit and receive rate also looks decent, which confirms that maybe network is not a problem. So he then looks into the installed applications. There you go. There's one application that is taking most of the memory and CPU both. So maybe that's the reason why Teams is not getting enough resources to operate properly. And that's why there's a poor call quality. And that application is Outlook. So for this use case, what Ravi can do is directly run an action to end the process of Outlook. In this manner, then Teams will get the more resources to operate properly. And the remedial action can be taken from here. So you must have seen in various different scenarios, this action library is accessible. This action library was accessible from the investigation tab that Vandana showed you. This action library was accessible from the insights page that we have just seen. This action library is also accessible from the individual device page, and the process is just the same. we have this action, and upon running this action and killing the Outlook, ending the Outlook process, teams will get more resources to operate properly. So in this manner, Ravi was quickly able to diagnose the issue and also resolve it within seconds without even to and fro with the end user. Now let's move to the next scenario, the last scenario for today's demo, which is the experience monitoring and improvement. Let me go back to this instance. Now let's move to the next scenario, which is experience monitoring and improvement. Now let's impersonate Kellen and navigate to the service operations workspace. So DEX Core provides a comprehensive insight into the digital experience of your employees. DEX Core helps you identify and improve areas to enhance your employees' digital experience across the organization. Kellen uses the icons in the left navigation panel to access the digital experience core. So by clicking on digital experience icon, this landing page is opened up. This is the digital experience score. Kellen can immediately see all the scores over here, which is contributing to the overall score. The digital experience score and the application score together averaged is contributing to the overall digital experience score across the estate. Scrolling further, Kellen can also see an interactive map to view the DEX scores based on the device locations, which help him pinpoint on areas that may need attention. Noticing that overall score is lower than expected, Kellen decides to go to the device experience, which appears to be the main contributing factor for the drop. By clicking on the device experience score, Kellen is redirected to a detailed page showing device scores breakdown. If you see at the bottom, there are 3 breakdowns. Kellen opens one of the groups to understand what are the parameters that is contributing to this score. Kellen analyzes, there are the breakdowns over here are in 3 categories. One is device health metrics, user sentiment, and service experience. So the device health metrics, all this data comes from the digital DEX ACC application. And the user sentiment is all the data that comes from the surveys. And service experience is all the interactions with the service operations. And together with these scores, this is the digital device health metric score that is 47 out of 100. He now looks into poor matrices that are contributing to the score. Looks like there are 3 matrices that are contributing to the poor performance. That is high CPU, high disk, and high memory. So this is suggesting that some devices are consuming excessive CPU usage, indicating certain devices are running low on available memory, and certain devices that are also taking high on disk capacity. So now Kellen concludes that high resources usage is responsible for the low DEX score. He recognizes that end users don't often follow the best practices, such as regularly restarting their devices, which leads to the resource exhaustion and poor performance. To address this, Kellen can launch an awareness campaign, encouraging users to restart their device at least once every 7 days, which will help them improve device health and overall DEX scores. This can be done via setting up the DEX alerts. These are alert rules. What are these alert rules? These alert rules allows you to provide some conditions, and upon breach of these conditions, all these alerts are raised. So now Kellen is going to look into the restart reboot rule to confirm. So this is the alert rule. This is for an example, like this is scheduled for devices. The criteria over here is that the uptime should be greater than 7. If the uptime is greater than 7 days, then create an alert. This is the proactive engagement settings. This is the first-hand experience you must have seen from what Vandana had shown at the start. So this talks about the short description, and self-help instructions that are provided. It also talks about the notification channel that are considered here, that is virtual agent and desktop assistant. And the rule is saved. So the moment this rule is saved, the notification will be received to the end user of the similar experience that Vandana had shared earlier, that a notification will be popped out that, hey, looks like your device is not restarted in last 7 days. You may want to restart your device for your optimum performance. And that's how, making use of the DEX score, having all the details at estate level on what is happening across the estate, it was easier to identify that so many devices had higher memory and CPU issues. And maybe restarting a device, launching a campaign like that could probably help resolve the issues. And this is how, that's the power of DEX score overall. So what we have seen today is a proactive engagement flow that then we saw employee self-service flow via desktop assistant. We also saw service desk experience with AI, and we also saw the investigation tab. We then saw an alert flow, how all these alerts are resolved. We saw the power of change request and all that information catered at one place so that it's easy to make analysis on what's happening wrong and also proceed with the recommendations. We saw how these can be resolved at bulk from the alerts and from bulk remedial actions via insights. We saw the integrations with team and advanced app monitoring. We saw the device page and all the different types of matrices and data that we monitor today. We saw the application page and all the blast radius information that we have regarding incidents, alerts, performance tabs, and holistic picture about estate-wide application. And then we finally saw DEX score. So this is the holistic picture for today. This is all that I had. I will now pause to see if anyone has any live questions.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Isha, Vandana, and Sunita. What an insightful webinar. I noticed many questions popping up in the Q&A section, and thank you, Vandana, for answering them all. I must give a shout out to our engaged audience as well. We appreciate all your questions and hope the answers were helpful. If you still have a question, you can still put it in the Q&A section and we can take it towards the end in a moment. So our today's masterclass was designed to more of inform, enlighten, and start discussions within your own organizations. And if you require any additional information after listening to today's webinar, you can write to us at information@alcortech.com, or you can reach out to us via Alcor's website, www.alcortech.com.